Joe, I know you said after the last game you wanted to get to that small look at some point, and Kornet's injury kind of got you there. How did it go compared to what you expected out of their group, especially since you didn't go to that small of a lineup a lot during the year?
I mean, it went fine. We made plays. Thought O'Shea was good. So, regardless of who's out there, we got to execute the game plan on both ends of the floor. It's the most important thing. I thought we had good moments of that. And I thought there were moments we could be better.
Do you have an idea of how much time Luke could miss here, and is that going to continue to force you to, play on the smaller side, having him and Kristaps out?
I have no idea.
Is Kristaps on pace to play Game 4?
I have no idea.
And I was thinking about this earlier today. Is there a thing that you can point to that was the biggest challenge or test that you guys have faced as a team this year?
I've said this a few times, but handling success is just as difficult as handling a failure, or after a game if you win, not taking yourself too serious, not basking in the win. I think winning is a test just like anything else is, because you have to be super hard on yourself on the details. You have to understand why you won, and then there's obviously times that we've lost. And so I think the team has handled a balance of, regardless if there's been a win or a loss, we've just handled it with here's where we were good, here's where we have to get better, and just kind of staying in that balance. And I say that's a test.
Joe, just an update on Jrue. Is he in tonight? Do you know?
He will know after his shooting time, whenever that is.
About this earlier in the playoffs, but when a team is missing their best player, what does the team have to do to make sure there's no let up, or not focusing on the fact that they're missing a key guy?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing to the let up is everyone has this expectation of now it's supposed to go a certain way because the other team's missing one of their best players, and that's just not how it works. And so if it's a close game and then we pulled it out, if we lost, we didn't take them serious. If we won because we took it serious, because that's just not how it works. It's a playoff game at home. If they're down 2-0, it doesn't matter if Mathurin was playing, Halliburton's you're going to get one of the best versions of Indiana tonight. So that is out of the question. So it's managing the expectation of thinking it's going to go a certain way. And second thing is we've seen what this team looks like without him. One of the last times we were in this building, he played in the first half and didn't play in the second half. And we were able to see kind of what they were with him, and then we were able to see what they were without him in real time. And so we were able to pull from that film. And I expect them to pick up the full court pressure, pick up the physicality, pick up the pace, pick up the rebound, and just try to do everything better. And so I think it'll be just as tough of a test whether he's playing or not.
Obviously, in that game, they didn't have Siakam yet. They did have Mathurin. They did have Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
How do you expect them to be different? What could you get out of that game?
Yeah.
What can you not get out of?
Yeah, I mean, they still play with a certain type of DNA, right? The pace at which they play with, the dribble drive, the testing of your communication, looking to force kind of miscommunications in your reds or your switches, and trying to get you spread and stuff like that. And so the players are a little bit different, but the DNA still remains the same of kind of how they want to play. And then obviously you add the talent of what Siakam can do.
Joe, you talk a lot about not going into games with expectations on how it's going to go. How did you learn to release yourself from your own expectations on how things will go?
Just listening to you guys.
Joe, right here. Have you seen T.J. McConnell just change the tenor of the game whenever he's in for the Pacers?
I mean, he's one of the heartbeats of that team. So he just makes winning plays. He's really good at the end of quarters, which is a way that teams can keep momentum, start momentum, chip away at momentum. He's really good at the end of quarters there. And then he makes plays like the game where Halliburton came out. He knocks two out-of-bounds plays out of bounds that are his ball. He gets guys open shots and does a great job of getting the crowd, especially at home. So he just has a way of impacting the game, many different ways, each and every game. Thanks.